Hi there, everybody. Welcome back. It's the new year. It's 2022, and we are back on track with our Victory in Business Accountability and Success Call. I am Vanessa Raymond, your confidence and success coach. So happy to see you all here. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Anne. And I guess we have a few more people coming. I think Leslie said she was coming and Kim said she was coming. But I'm just happy to be back. And with that said, I want all of us to take a second and share what our goals for 2022 looks like. So who would like to start?
Are we talking the whole year or are we talking the first quarter?
Yeah, I want to hear your ultimate long-term big dream goal for this year.
I'll go for one.
Go for it, Anne.
Okay, so to complete at least 2 modules of my CC course, to partner up with, it looks like, Parkinson's chose me. I didn't really choose it in a way, but it's popping up everywhere now for me and steering me in that way in order to specialize in a population. This video that I did got a lot of attention. I spoke with Cedric at ACE, and he said he'd do anything to help me to get this, more heard or however I need. And then come to June with my friend Debbie, my colleague, and get up a table with the machine on it. So that's the other aspect of this whole situation. And then my 90-day journey, just get some more people going on it. I had a bit of a blow 2 weeks ago when I had 2 people starting and they both got COVID.
Oh.
Yeah, they were totally happy. They had everything, no problem, everything. So that was like, $3,000 right there. Like, oh, I'm gone. Like, well, it's still there, but you have to wait. Follow up and so on. Anyway, so I'm just plodding along, kind of sometimes it gets a little overwhelming. So you just have to stop and take the bites again. But I'm learning and moving forward, which is a lot to say. Sometimes the old Anne would have not got out of bed.
Proud of you, honey. Proud of you. Awesome. On that note, I don't know if you saw my Monday motivation that I wrote today. It was all about just having to get up every day and do the crap that we don't want to do. That's the only way. Well, it's not always just what we not want to do, but those are usually the things we should be doing, and we tend to gravitate towards the things we like to do. And so bravo, girl. Wonderful. And I wrote all that down. So
you may want to add Carl Sterling from the Parkinson's Regeneration Group. He's written 2 books. He had me on his show last Tuesday morning, and he wants part 2. Very excited about it.
Congratulations, sweetie. All right. And how about you, Suzanne? What you got for me?
Okay. Well, I just about have finished the chapter for the Achieve Well book. So that's pretty cool. Les and I have been working together on it, but I think we're getting the word count about right. And, that was what I wasn't real sure about, but we can talk about that later. But we have a Body by Nature's Design program that we're launching. And that is, I think my goal for that is to get a challenge that I'm going to do for 3 days in February. I've moved it back because I needed time. And then a program that's what I consider a guided coaching program that I want to sell and market along with our other things we're doing. So like we have Red Light, we have other things. So getting, I guess, some customers and some practitioners that are behind what we're doing.
Okay. So do you have a plan to get that out to everybody? What's the program called?
Body by Nature's Design. Body by Nature's Design.
Oh, Body by Nature's Design. Got you.
Yeah.
Love it.
Well, we put together a marketing plan. So that's
good.
We're trying to connect with power partners that would be open to that. Like people that do, say, medical massage or, you know, people that are in the wedding planning business, because we have a friend that has a bridal store where she sells.
Fantastic.
And she said that it's amazing how many people don't want even, their family members don't want to be in pictures because they don't look good and their weight is a problem.
I have a lead for you.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. She's not an Achieve, but she's a wedding planner. She's a friend of mine, and she's very exclusive, high end. She lives in Colorado Springs area. And she's amazing. I met her at Gary Barnes boot camp.
Right.
Her name's Audrey Lochmiller.
Okay.
And I actually have a power partnership with her going. And I'm thinking what you're doing is another wonderful opportunity, because I'm making my Victory Factor program, my show program, available to brides and families to help them show up at the weddings.
Right.
But, you know, yours can be a great addition to that. If anybody, because a lot of brides want to shed weight before their wedding, right? Almost everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, including me. For my wedding, you know, we all do. So
Yeah,
as a bride, you
everybody
want
does.
to see your
Yeah.
waist. So that is a great target market for you. And she is very entrepreneurial and open-minded and ready to create partnerships. So
Right.
I will connect you with her. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just give me an introduction and we'll go from there.
I will.
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful, you guys. That sounds great. With that, I'll do my accountability a little bit here. For me this year, I really want to kick off some retreats. And I have one in the making with Dawn Livingston, and hopefully not letting the cat out of the box too soon, but we're really working on that. And then I'm also looking at partnering with Leah Woodford on retreat. So I really want to focus on retreats this year, as well as, of course, my one-on-one coaching. I'm really, really looking at filling my schedule. And now when I say that, I have a certain amount of time allocated towards that, but really filling my schedule with some one-on-one clients that wants to really work on their self-image, self-confidence, and speaking as well. Public speaking skills, those types of things. And then tomorrow I'm kicking off my Speak Up and Level Up program. And looking forward to that one. I'm really excited to get that going. So for me, that is, and then also not last but not least, I didn't really do any Victory Factor trainings in the last 2 years. This year, I want to do at least 3, and I want to get some people certified in my program to teach the Victory Factor. So if you want another tool in your toolbox and want to add something like that to what you're doing, let me know. I'm going to be doing more of that this year. So that's me. And thank you.
Yeah.
And so I do have to like kind of fit in with what we just talked about, is I wanted to just bring to you a few time management and productivity tips today for 2022. And the reason I am doing this is just as much for me as for everybody else. But as we all know, I'm speaking to the choir as usual, we always have to put our lives in balance. Otherwise, our health suffers. And it is so easy for us as entrepreneurs to get into that hamster wheel where we're just spinning our wheels. We're working 14, 16-hour days, but we're not bringing the income because we're not really focusing on the right things. So I want to go through a few tips here. So number 1, as you know, really write your goals down. So these things we talked about today, I think it's Jim Rohn that said, he's this well-known speaker, you should think on paper for productivity. It's one thing to think things in our minds, but when we write them down, that's when they really become clear for ourselves. And once you've written down your goals, I want you to really look at these goals that you mentioned today and start prioritizing. see which ones are the ones that you want to focus on first, because multitasking is not our friend. It's best to focus on one thing at a time, really get through it, make it work, and then go on to the next thing. Now, as things stand, we all have multiple projects going on. So find specific times in the day or specific days of the week where you want to work on specific programs, and don't veer from that. And that way you can keep your mind sane, right? And keep your schedule moving forward and yourself moving forward. Constantly review your goals. So go back to them. Make sure that you are on track and that you're doing what you should be doing. And then come up with a plan to reach your goals. And that actually, when I say come up with a plan to reach your goals, write down the steps you need to take to make each one of those things happen for you. All right. And also, I find it very beneficial to put a timeline on my goals. You can always move that timeline out again if you don't reach that specific timeline, or sometimes you might get done before your timeline, but it's good to have it laid out and said, okay, I want to have this chapter written by February 14th. I want to have this video done by such and such. Okay. Also, learn to separate majors from minors. Now, when I say that, in my mind, majors are the things that need to be done now and that potentially, hopefully, are the revenue earning things. And the minors are the things that can be done another time. And those are usually the busy work things. So make time for both, but make sure you focus on the majors first and then hit the minors. Okay. And sometimes the minors are necessary to make the majors work. So you got to kind of figure out how that goes. Okay. I wrote down here, don't spend major time on minor things. Okay. So spend major time on the major things and minor time on the minor things. Concentration. Really zero in on what you're doing. With that comes really internal things that are going to distract you from the task at hand. I am guilty here. I get distracted very quickly. There's squirrels everywhere. But if I really put my mind to it and I say, okay, I'm not going to get distracted. I'm going to do this. I put the phone away, turn off whatever can distract me. I am so much more productive and I get so much more done. What goes along with that, and this is also a little productivity tool, is someone said, in the Reader's Digest, I saw this quote. It says, wherever you are, be there. Okay, and when I say that, is we tend to sometimes, and I know I'm guilty of this too, while we're doing things that we should be relaxing during, we are thinking about work. And then when it's time to get to work, we start thinking about relaxing, right? So we need to get our minds in that focus of, okay, I'm having breakfast. I'm sitting with, my husband or my dog or my child. Focus on what you're doing in that moment and start your work day when you step into your office, regardless of what your office is, your living room, your home office, whatever it may be. Focus on business when you're doing business. Focus on pleasure when you're doing pleasure, right? When you play hard. When you work hard. That's a very important productivity tool. And then the other thing.
I want to take a quick break until Suzanne comes back. I want to quickly tell you a secret.
Sure. We're on record, so.
No, it's not a secret like that. It's a special secret on how to stretch time.
Yes.
And it's just by being present. And what you do is you segment your time. You say like, okay, so from exactly in the next 15 minutes, I want to focus on getting this, and this done. It's obviously doable. And you'll see how easily you manage.
I've got to run. I'm so sorry.
No worries, Suzanne. We'll see you again.
You're just having a secret now.
Keep going.
Ooh.
Sorry. Yeah.
So I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Time out things. And the other thing about that, Anne, is I used to do that a lot, and I need to get back to that. The other thing about that is if you set those times for yourself and you really stick to those times, because sometimes what will happen is, let's say you put 15 minutes aside to write a, chapter of your book or a chapter of your CEC program or whatever it is. When your time is up, you should stop, even though you feel like you're on a roll and you want to keep going. Because the subconscious keeps working. And while your body and your brain's getting tired, now you're going to give your body and brain chance to relax. And when you come back, your subconscious really hasn't stopped working on that thing. So yeah. So thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, it's from this book, by the way, The Big Leap. Guy Hendricks, you know it?
I don't know the book, but I do know the principle very well. I when I was doing a lot of, I still do a lot of different things, but when I was on cruise ships performing and I was running my own info marketing business, I used to do that. I'd be like, okay, for the next hour, I'm, doing singing practice. Then I'm going to the gym. Then I'm writing an email to send out to my list. Then I'm busy doing marketing. But yeah, in definite segments. And if you can segment your day up like that, really, really good for productivity. Thanks for sharing. Love the book. I'm gonna write that down and look at it too. All right, good. Yeah. And so the last thing I want to say is, and this is something I also learned from Robert, is have a specific time in the day to deal with problems. So for instance, a lot of times we will open the mail and there's something in there that you need to take care of, or someone left you a message and they have a question that you need to answer. And then quite often we interrupt what we're doing to sit down and handle these issues, which really can be a time sucker and you don't really know how long it's going to take. You don't ignore the problems, but if you have a time, and it's really good actually to make that time a little later in the day, say 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. in the day, when you sit down and you do that last hour of your day dealing with those things, because you will also see that sometimes during the day, whoever called you with a problem or whoever texted you with something, in the meantime, they're like, oh, no, don't worry, I resolved it. I got it done, blah, 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 right? So you're not wasting time on those things. And also you're not interrupting your workflow to deal with those things that have come in that, might restrict your thinking or have you distracted.
Make you like a bit on it.
Yeah, right. It really upsets you and it gets you in a mood that you don't really want to be in. Not like I'm saying you should end your day in that mood either, but it's a good feeling when you get to end of your day and you go, okay, I've done my day's work and I've dealt with the problems and issues. Let's go and relax for the evening. So I hope that was helpful. Anything else you want to add, Anne? You're still on mute.
There we go. That was really helpful. Thank you. I love catching up and seeing everyone. And I look forward to June when we see each other again.
I can't wait. Yeah, June's going to be awesome. I'm really excited about that conference. And yeah, invite whoever you can.
Is it at the same place as last time?
I don't know. I don't know that.
It's across the road from the house of that.
I think it is the same. I think it is the same. It was the one nearer to the airport, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the same.
Well, yeah.
All right, sweetheart. Well, thank you for showing up.
Say hi to everyone.
I will do, and I'll talk to you soon. Good luck with everything, and congratulations. I can tell you are on a roll, girl. Keep that wheel rolling.
Okay, thanks.
Don't lose momentum.
Okay.
All right, everyone. Have a beautiful day. If you're watching the replay, if you have any questions or anything you want to add, please feel free to reach out to me at Vanessa at victoryfactor.com. Vanessa at victoryfactor.com. All right. Have a beautiful Monday. Have a beautiful week. And let's kick it into high gear for 2022. Bye, everyone.